Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. So last night I watched the maybe canon, possibly not canon show series or season of Stranger Things Tales from 85. Now, I thought it was okay. It was alright. No, I do have to say I did see I did find out when watching it that another season is coming this fall. And it's like, okay, how are they gonna do that? How are they going to maybe work this into what has already been transpired or add to the story? And honestly, I think what they should do, I don't know if they are going to do it or not, but I think what they're doing is tying it into the already the already basis of what's canon and what's not canon. Pretty much like retconning. They're retconning the whole entire show. They're retconning a lot of what's already been established and what's not been established. And I think by Netflix retconning a lot of events of what's canon and not canon, I would say that this season or this spin-off or whatever would make sense, because would make more sense to be fit into the overarching plot of what's been established in Stranger Things, because like we went from, and yes, they do mention events of seasons 1 and 2, but also it kind of leads into the plot for season 3, which would make sense. Because we know that season 4, Hopper was in Russia at that time, and I think it ties the next season, or the next season should be right around springtime, Memorial Day weekend or week. So, I mean, it should give us a better narrative of what's already been transpired or has happened. That way it fits into the storyline that has already been set and established and whatnot, and it kind of goes full circle, adding to what's already been set. Because season 1 was set in 1983. Season 2 was fall of, like, I want to say, like, fall of 84. Now you have the winter and spring of 85. Okay, cool. And then that would directly tie into what was already established for season 3, which would then make season 3 technically season 4, or season 5, maybe 6, season 6, if it directly ties into the events or before the events of season 3. So by that logic, it should go Stranger Things season 1, Stranger Things season 2, Stranger Things season 3, Tales from 85, seasons 1 and 2. If season 2 picks up around like springtime, Memorial weekend, it should tie directly into that or set up the events for season 3. And then work around between the events of seasons 3 and 4, which would make sense. Also, I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not. I don't know what the plot for season 2 is or what the big bad is, but you could pretty much essentially retcon Tales from 85 into the canonicity of the overarching plot and theme that is and was set up originally from the original run of Stranger Things. Also, retcons happen every freaking time. So, like, it kind of makes sense. Also, they added a new person, which, okay, fine, I guess. Alright. They didn't really give the new person really anything other than introducing them and filling them in of the events of seasons 1 and 2. And it takes place during winter. Specifically January, the week of January 10th. So, I would say season 2 would probably pick up maybe a month or two after that. And then see if there is a third season, maybe another 1 or 2 months from season 2 of Tales from 85, which could directly tie into the events of season 3, which means if Tales from 85 go on as long as season 6, right, or the main run of Stranger Things, we are looking at a 9-season run between no, if there's like another 6 seasons, if there's Tales from 85 gives us 6 seasons of that, I mean, we're looking at early spring of 85, winter of 85, spring of 85, at least early spring and mid and late to maybe early winter of 85, early to mid to possibly late spring, getting into summer of 85, early to late summer of 85. You got like 2 seasons you could do with summer. You could do 2 seasons set in spring of 85. You can do another 2 seasons set in early to and after and late 85, giving it some leeway to tie into the overarching storyline and plot and set up the actual big bad of Stranger Things, which I think that's what they're going for. And then after that, go back to fall and early winter of 85. And then you got the next 2 seasons, which would be seasons 5 and 6, and then what do you do there? Oh, no, wait. No. Seasons 5 and 6 would be early summer, late summer, have what happened in the main run of Stranger Things be like a midpoint, and then have that carry onto the overarching storyline and plot for the rest of Stranger Things. Tales from 85, and maybe include Tales from 85 into the overarching storyline and plot and narrative of the original main run of Stranger Things. But then again, this franchise has gone on for so long that it's probably best to can the thing, but Netflix is Netflix, and they're gonna do what Netflix does. So, I mean, Netflix, Stranger Things is their golden ticket. I mean, they don't really have anything other than Stranger Things to pour their freaking money into, because that's all they can come up with is produce and make Stranger Things related stuff and use their Stranger Things cast as meal tickets. So, I mean, it is what it is, and we shall see what happens. There's another season of Stranger Things. If there's another few to maybe possibly quite a bit more seasons of Stranger Things Tales from 85 to come, then I'll be intrigued to see how that ties into the whole arc and narrative and plot of Stranger Things. But I don't really know how that works. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys so far for right now. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good day. Thanks. Catch you guys on the flip side. I'm gonna put loose onto the next video.